Hello, my name is Evan and welcome back to another episode of Evan's Lab. Today we're going to be talking about what is ham radio. Ham radio, also known as amateur radio, is kind of like walkie-talkies. There's certain channels which are also known as frequencies, and these frequencies can get all over the earth or they can just be in your local area. There's mainly three types of frequencies we talk about. It's UHF, VHF, and HF. Those stands for ultra high frequency, very high frequency, and high frequency. UHF and VHF usually go around your local area. HF, on the other hand, usually is what we use for worldwide communications. I should also point out that in order to use some of these frequencies, you have to have a certain license class. There's three different license classes. There's Technician, which is the one that I have. General, which is the one that allows you to get on HF and do worldwide communications, and Extra, which allows you to do other cool things like satellite communications. With each license class level, you get a different call sign. Right now, I'm currently a Technician class license, and my call sign is KJ7BRE. So of course, if you want to be able to talk, you have to have an antenna. So up on top of my roof, I have an antenna that I use to talk around my local area on VHF and UHF. So to show you that antenna, I got a cool way of doing that. As you can see behind me here, there is a box with a radio in it, so let's go take a closer look. Okay, so here's a closer look of the radio box. Right here, this is the main radio unit. This part right here does all the work. The box around it just does extra features. So how the box works is it takes power in through this orange cable right here, and it goes in through this connector here. Then from this connector, it goes to this switch right here. This switch allows me to switch off all the power to the entire box and switch it back on. Also coming out of the radio on the side here, we have a microphone that we're able to use to talk to people. And the one main thing on this box is this large cable coming out through the side here. We call this coax cable, and it carries the radio frequency all the way up to that antenna that you saw earlier on top of my roof. It runs about 55 feet to get all the way up there. Now I'm gonna go try to make a contact with one of my friends over the radio. W7PM, KJ7BRE.
Go ahead, W7PM.
Okay, Mark, so I wanted to show the viewers where are you and what do you do?
My name is Mark. I'm located out in Aloha, next to Hillsboro, and I work with ARC, the people that do the ham radio repeaters here in the area.
Okay, cool, and thanks for being a part of the video, Mark.
KJ7BRE, W7PM car.
Awesome, thank you, KJ7BRE. Okay, so if you saw, I probably put captions on that so that you could see what he's saying, since radio can sometimes be a little bit hard to understand for some people. That noise you are hearing in the background is static from all the electronics throughout the area that could be affecting our signal. We actually travel through something called a repeater to make our signal stronger. The repeater is located on the Coin News towers, and yes, I'm talking about Coin News, like the news station on TV. We have an antenna on top of that tower, and a specially built repeater box down in the building underneath the tower. What it essentially does is it receives the signal, and then just boosts it and makes it louder. This allows us to get all over places, and that's one of the cool parts about ham radio. So you're probably thinking, this is cool and all, but we have cellular phones nowadays. Why do we really need ham radio? Well, in the scenario that cell towers go down and everything, like during floods in places like Florida, ham radio is a really good resource because, you know, it's from point A to point B with nothing in between. just like handheld walkie-talkies you use while camping. And that's the issue with cell phones, is that they have a cell tower in the middle, and so if that cell tower goes down, then your phone is essentially useless. And there's teams of people who help out in those emergencies. So yeah, ham radio is also fun, and it can help a lot of people. Thanks for watching my episode on ham radio, and I'll see y'all next time on Evan's Lab.